Barcellos, and I'm the happy owner of a Sony. Um, this is the Sony Nex VG20H, according to what it's called on the box. And I just bought this on November 3rd, November 3rd, yes, when it was first when it was released. Bought it on Monday, and I had delivery by the Sony store by Friday, pardon me, by Wednesday, which was great. Had it delivered on the 3rd. But we got a couple of concerns, and I'm trying to figure out what's happened, and that's one of the things I'm putting this on here now so that people can see where my concerns might be and maybe help me. There were a couple things that were provided in the in the literature on the camera that don't seem to be there. One of them was like I think there's 6 different lighting settings that were supposed to be there, or 6 to 8. I can't remember what the exact number was, but the fluorescent and such, and a couple other ones that, you know, cloudy day, that type of thing weren't there. The only thing that were really there was incandescent light, and the other one was sunlight or daylight, and then they had an automatic mode, and then they have a custom mode where you set it yourself, and we're familiar with those on Sony's before, but there was no way to set the other settings, that the presets that had been there before. There's also a thing that was supposed to be there, or they referenced a dynamic range adjuster. That was in the literature, and it didn't seem to show up anywhere. And the final thing was an item that means something in terms of setting, being able to adjust contrast and color and such. Again, nothing there that I could find that gives us the ability to enter the camera and actually adjust the color and contrast and sharpness and such like that. So really some issues there. So it's white balance and film adjustments and things like that that should be in the camera. It's a $2,200 camera. We find these things on DSLRs the same, and so we're wondering why aren't they there now. So I'll show you what the menu system looks like in the camera. Maybe
this is the screen right now.
Fine.
And basically our image is out here and showing on the screen. Right now I've got the grids on. I like that. It gives me a good thirds that cuts the screen in thirds, so I can try to place things in a nice area. But so the only access to menu other than the side items here, of course, we've got these 3 things here, and these include iris. This is for fast forwarding or playing movies. This one is for shutter speed, for display, and this is for program, auto exposure, and for Finder LCD. So those are the 3 buttons there, the 6 buttons there, and none of them seem to, the only thing that most of them do is call something up on the screen for you. Otherwise everything is on the menu. Okay, so now we look at this, going in here to look at the screen so you guys can see what we're doing here. Okay, so the first thing you do, you hit the menu, and that's it. That's your menu there. And the things you got on your menu are, 1, the shooting mode, camera mic, image quality size, playback function, edit, copy, and setup. Now I'm going into the shooting mode first, just to show you how this works. There it is. Then I got choice of movie, and it goes back after you choose it, or you can choose the video camera. Alright, so now I'm going to go back into the menu again. We're going to go look at camera and mic setup. Since it's on movie mode here, the choices I seem to have here, and I'm going to go all the way to the top. These are little scroll screens here, and I'm at the top now. Right now white balance is on auto, so I'm going to switch it over, and as you can see down here at the bottom, if I don't use auto, the only thing I have are sun, incandescent, and this one here is a custom setting, right? Okay, back out of there. Scroll down. These other items are blacked out. This is spot meter versus something else, the blacked out ones, and spot meter. And then the next one is spot focus down here. Right now that's on auto. Next choice I got to make here is the gain. And I can just go down the list here, and now here's white balance shift, and I don't know if this is what some people may be thinking about as giving me the ability to choose other white balance presets. But we go here, we select that, and we got just an up and down shift here, and the way I've looked at this or seen it, it looks like to me that the white balance shift just takes you plus and minus. It goes red to this side and blue back down this way. So that's what I think is happening there. This turns on Cinematone, so you do have the access to Cinematone. That's the only thing it turns on. I'll turn it up. It gives you a choice of Cinematone on or off. I'll turn it off right now. Let's see what happens. It says it's going to shoot in normal brightness and color now. And I'm not seeing it giving me any other choices in this normal brightness and color. So I'm back in the camera and mic mode again. So I'm in normal, I'm getting normal brightness and color now. I don't have anywhere to access anything else to change colors or anything like that. It doesn't seem like I've got anywhere to do that. This does have a feature called auto backlight. I'm wondering if that's what... I'm going to turn it off and see what happens. I still don't seem to have any access to any changes even with the auto backlight off. Alright. This is where I can adjust shutter. I can assign functions to the manual button. You can do it from this screen here, or you can actually just activate the manual button and do it on screen also without having to touch the screen. I've done that before. And that pretty much ends what I've got on board on this setup. It does get into wind noise and audio mode and audio record level capabilities. I get a guide frame. I do use that. I have zebras. I've put that on. No problem. We got autofocus micro adjustments. We got audio level display, camera data display. All those things I can do. That's the bottom of the list, and I don't see anything that gives me the ability to do anything there with those presets and such. Alright, so I went to the next one, image quality and size, and what's available to me here is the frame rate. the HD setting. If I was in camera mode, the camera mode, I could choose RAW or JPEG. And that's it. That's all I got in image quality and size. So, this is a playback function. Gives me ability to playback here. That's all this is about. I select. Kind of cool. Works neat. There that is. Alright, but we get out of here. Go back to menu. This is edit and copy. To me, this just has to do with the files on your computer, so that's not a deal that would change anything. Then we got a setup function over here. And here, the setup function starts with media info, format. That means I can format the memory card. Repair DBF. I think that's database file repair. File number, data code, volume, I assume on playback. Date and time settings that I've set up already. Area setting, and that's it. There doesn't seem to be. We do have the VF viewfinder brightness and the LCD brightness display settings, but nothing that I can see that changes or lets you select some kind of preset. So that's what we got. And there's no other menu item available to us here. Go back to movie mode, and we're in movie mode now. That's it.